Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back. So, it's my kind of my daily video, but I actually just want to talk about guild battles. Like, basically, we had a full day yesterday to do a few guild battles and stuff, and I actually learned quite a few things. I probably shouldn't have started there. I should have started with we're talking about what I actually did yesterday, because I finally raised my Dark Gatito to 6 stars max level, so he's maxed out now, Evo 3 variant, and I need to just max out his gems. Like I'm probably going to switch out this Valor set for a Ruin set, but the problem is my Ruin set doesn't actually have a lot of crit rate, so there's gonna be a little bit limited. I also need to pluck out a gem from my July, which I really don't want to do, but I kind of have to. So I mean, I have other HP gems that I could use for my July, so it's not the worst thing in the world. But anyways, I've been doing a lot of guild battles, or we've been doing a lot of guild battles, my guild and stuff yesterday. So this is actually guild battle time, so I decided to start recording now because I actually want to do a few fights and just talk a little bit about what we learned yesterday about guild battle. So first things first, before we actually go into the actual battle, like the actual fight, the way the system works is you basically you have your guild go in, you fight this. If you've ever done something similar to if you've ever played Summoner's War, it's very similar to the world boss system. Basically, you go in and you deal like a set amount of damage, and that amount of damage basically counts towards contribution. And I think it's basically the ranking is based on the damage you have dealt to the boss, because the boss is actually kind of a system. It's kind of like repackaged as a system that he has levels and stuff. But basically, every level he has a set amount of HP, so once you reach that threshold he gains another level. So basically, the more damage you do to the boss, the higher that he eventually becomes. There's one little thing that I will need to warn you guys about, and that is if the boss is very low, like he's about to die, and when he dies he does spawn the next level boss, but when you're about to actually kill the boss, you need to be really careful, especially if you're one of the players in your guild that are one of the top contributors, because if the boss actually does die, you actually don't do like more damage than when you get him to 0%, meaning that you could do, like, he could have, like, just 1,000 HP left, but your team has the potential to do, like, 10,000 damage. Then 9,000 of your damage will be wasted because he's about to die. Also, since you're able to all go in at the same time, eventually the damage gets added on top. But if the boss is about to die and 2 people go in at the same time, what happens is the first person that finishes the actual fight and kills him, basically he gets the damage like calculated, and the person that actually went in at the same time, anyone that's also in the fight at the same time, basically gets their turn wasted. So you need to kind of be a little bit careful about that. So it does take a little bit of coordination, but not really that much, because the boss does have a very high HP bar, and the only time you need to be really careful is when he's reached like really low HP. So that's pretty much it. Also, you definitely just want to have as many people in your guild as possible, because you want everyone to do a lot of fights. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna do just a random fight. I don't think team comp, like, for me right now, I don't really know what the best team comp is, but I'm just gonna put in my best monsters to hopefully do the most amount of damage possible. So the actual fight system, like the actual system where you go in and actually fight the boss, is actually very similar to the raid system in Summoner's War if you actually played it. I mean, a lot of things in Monster Super League are super similar to Summoner's War. Like, a lot of people do say it's a clone, and I kind of have to agree with that, to be honest. But it's very straightforward. Basically, you get 2 turns. Like, speed doesn't matter here, because there's no speed in this game, so you won't be able to get more turns than the boss. Every time you go once, he goes once. So basically, your team on this side goes, and then your team on the other side goes, and then your team on the left goes, and then your team on the right goes, and then the boss attacks. And then the boss has random abilities. I think I think the water one has seal. I forgot what the wood one has. I think it had sap or something. I can't remember exactly. But it does have some very, very annoying debuffs, and also has blessing, which is super, super annoying as well. But I've actually found that the boss is not immune in any way to debuffs. So what this means is armor break, attack down, thirst, fatigue is actually going to be very useful against the boss. Like that's something very, very interesting, because a lot of monsters before, like the ones with thirst and fatigue, most people regard them as completely useless monsters. But now with the introduction of the guild, I think this is probably better better described as a guild raid system. You basically you're able to basically just make those monsters useful again. I just forgot for a second what I was gonna say there, but monsters have become useful. Like completely useless monsters that you wouldn't have used before actually do have some use now. Oh man, it's gonna be rough.
Man, you gotta have that time where you just disconnect from.
Dang, my lat didn't even put deep armor break on him.
And it's a race that I've created in my head, but you have to step away from it.
When he first starts attacking, I don't think he actually hits that hard, like in my opinion. But when he gets like 1 or 2 stacks of blessing, he starts hitting really hard. And also the skill when he has a full bar, like that skill hits super, super hard. So I definitely do think that fatigue and thirst are going to be very, very useful to make sure he doesn't use his nuke. Obviously at some point his bar is going to charge up and he's going to do this, and you're pretty much going to die. Man, that stupid phone. It's actually not my phone, it's my brother's phone. My phone doesn't make noises. Damn, he just left it on my table. I don't think heals are that useful. Like, there's no way to survive against the boss and beat him, so the only thing you can really do is do as much damage as possible. Obviously if you do survive, then you get a few more turns to do more damage, so maybe there needs to be a balance with that as well. I did really badly on this fight because most of my monsters are fire, so that kind of sucked. Oh, we killed him. Fucked up. They all entered in the 7, someone was defeated. Alright, I think we fucked up. I think some of us wasted our turns. So, yeah, as I was saying before, you need to be a little bit careful, especially like the boss. Like, the boss was only just at half HP, and now he's already fucked. So I think you definitely want to be a lot more careful. Just have some coordination. Like, at least use the in-game chat. Like, I know the in-game chat sucks, but like, at least use that a bit. Be like, hey, don't go in if he's about to die. Like, say like, hey, I'm going in. Nobody else go in. And then obviously people that aren't on chat, then they're fucked. But they're fucked anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I don't know, I think this is for if you're trying to be competitive. Obviously not everyone's competitive. A lot of people probably don't really care that much, so I guess it's whatever. Yeah, you definitely just want to use as many monsters as possible, even if it's a few monsters. Like, yeah, I did barely any damage, but it's whatever, right? It's whatever. Oh shit. Oh, I definitely think you want to be tanky enough to not die in like just one turn, but it's not always easy. Alright, this attack's gonna wipe my team. Oh my god, it killed my whole left side. I mean right side. Alright, this is my last attack. His next attack's gonna end me. Rip. Alright, I think attack down debuff is definitely needed. You actually do get quite a lot of gold for doing this. Yeah, he hits so hard. I mean, if you eventually work together, like, all bosses are beatable. I mean, I did like 16% damage, but I'm not exactly the strongest person in my guild either, so it's whatever. Alright, one attack's all it takes to wipe my team. RIP. Sad. This is so sad. Alright, so you definitely want to have a lot of monsters to be able to do the raid. You need like 40 something monsters basically. 16 on each, right? So 16 times 3 is 48. Yeah, you need 48 monsters. It's gonna be rough. Alright, I got a 2-star box. Alright, that's the end of the line for me. That's all I got. Alright, so yeah, that's basically it. You don't really win, but just at some point you defeat the boss and then you progress to the next boss and that's it. Like the boss is actually disguised as a system where it's like he has a set amount of HP and levels and stuff. It's basically you go in and do the most amount of damage possible. And that's it. That's all. That's really all there is to it. You can also keep rolling this, but I rolled some pretty shitty stuff, so I'm not gonna do it too much. I'll do it once on the video just to show you guys. Nice, I got 777. That's so sad. That's 3 digits. Let's do one more. Oh, I got 3 digits again. Can I get 4 digits? Nope. Come on, 4 digits. Oh, I'm like, what? It went 177. I was supposed to go 7777. Alright, that was a huge waste of my guild points. Don't do that. Just don't do the stupid lottery thing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I've learned so far for guild battles. Obviously, we're gonna know more in the future, like what monsters are actually good for guild battles and stuff. But that's the basics of the guild battle system explained. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.